When was the last time New York was in an amazing stretch like this? I couldn't tell you because I wasn't old enough to witness it. But now it doesn't matter because we're up and we want the smoke. Let's hit it and get it started.
I could trip a referee, tell by my attitude that I most definitely from.
Starting off with the boys in Gotham Green, the Jets unveiled the newest uniforms. I like them. They're a little throwback to the 80s. I mean, that's basically what they are, the 80s jerseys with a little remaster. And the black looks really nice, too. The Jets have been pretty quiet for the last couple weeks or so. Nothing else really happening with them on the free agency market. But why don't we go over some of the key additions that they add in the offseason? Tyrod Taylor, Tyron Smith, Mike Williams, Hassan Reddick. Yeah, just great stuff. Fantastic stuff. The roster, I think, is pretty much set in stone aside from the draft, which we'll get into in a second. I think there's really nothing else that they could really do at the moment. The team is just, it's in a, I wouldn't say a weird spot, but it's in a spot where they know, like, it's either succeed or you risk blowing it up. If Rodgers comes in and he doesn't look good, the backups don't look good, God forbid, don't let it happen. There's nothing to look forward to. You're stuck in like a purgatory, which you haven't made the playoffs in 13 years, so I guess that's purgatory on its own. But yeah, that's really nothing else to touch on for the Jets except my final draft prediction. And I went back and forth on this for a little while, but the last few weeks or so, it's been pretty clear. Excuse us, folks. Predictions for us moving forward. It starts with pick number 10, I believe we have. Yes, pick number 10. I'm still sticking with tight end Brock Bowers out of Georgia. Now, listen, Brock Bowers, I've said this time and time again. He's a fantastic prospect. I think he's the greatest tight end to ever come out of an NFL draft. But there were rumors going around saying that the Jets were interested in moving up to go get Marvin Harrison Jr. or Rome Odunze, but I don't think they're very accurate. Kind of need the picks too, so I wouldn't do that if I was the Jets. But hey, maybe they want to pull Texans and just like take a shot, take a crack. But I digress. So Brock Bowers the pick, and we move on to the brother in Rutherford, New Jersey, East Rutherford. The Giants, everybody's favorite team in blue, not named the Yankees or the Rangers, depending on where you're at. The Giants have been quiet as well, but now, last few days, there's been some rumors going around, some of which are claiming that they want to trade up with the Patriots for Drake May. And I'll give you guys my thoughts on that in just a moment. I think the Giants should just, see where the draft takes them. I know, I'm not a fan of Daniel Jones. I've made that abundantly clear numerous time and time again. It's strange. The Giants have been in a strange spot since they lost Saquon Barkley. But it's like, what do you do? Do you trade up? Do you take a shot at a quarterback in the second or third round? Do you just say, go away Daniel Jones, get a new quarterback? Do you take a receiver? Which is the most likely scenario, in my opinion. So that's why now I'm going to give you guys a few scenarios on my own. Before we get into them, LSU quarterback prospect Jaden Daniels and his agent reportedly did not like their visit with the Commanders, and the Patriots are rumored to be interested in trading down. Stick with me here, ladies and gentlemen. Path number 1. The Giants stick to their gut and draft their receiver. Patriots draft their quarterback, and the Commanders keep at it with their original guy. I think that it's probably the most realistic scenario. Excuse me for one moment, ladies and gentlemen. The alternate scenario in that same aspect Giants trade back up into the draft in earlier picks after getting their receiver to grab Michael Penix Jr. or Bo Nix. Path number 2. Commanders and Patriots grab their guys, and the Giants reach for someone like J.J. McCarthy. I don't like J.J. McCarthy. I've made that so clear. I don't even entertain it. Giants don't do it. Path number 3. Commanders draft Drake May, and the Giants trade up to draft Jaden Daniels with the Patriots if they're willing. I would go for it if it's possible. I think Jaden's a better prospect than Drake, and if it's there, do it. You can't run it back with Jones. We'll touch on Jones another time soon because he's predicted to be the quarterback for right now. But my final draft prediction, I think it's going to be Malik Neighbors. I think it's the most obvious choice. I don't think the Giants... Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll know that it's imperative that they get the right quarterback, whether it somehow becomes Jones or it's the next guy. They got to find one soon. I don't know if it happens right now or in the first round, but if I'm the Giants, if I can't trade up to get one of the top quarterback prospects, I would get Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze, depending on where he goes to the Chargers, or if the Cardinals want to do something crazy too, and then go get your quarterback in the second round. With that being said, folks, we'll take a quick break. Welcome back to Tri-State Sports. The Mets have caught fire, 12-3 in their last 15 matches. Meanwhile, the Yankees have gone 8-7 in their last 15. My goodness, the Yankees seem to be, I don't want to say falling apart. The season literally just started, and everybody has a little rough slump at some point. But it's worth mentioning the following. Pete Alonso is the top of the Mets roster with 6 home runs. That's tied for 4th in the MLB with 13 other players across the league. Giancarlo Stanton and Juan Soto lead the Yankees in home runs with 5. Fantastic turnaround for the Mets. Not a good look for the Yankees. You wonder, can either team keep this up for the long term? It's interesting. Baseball season did just start, so we'll see where it takes them through the spring and for the summer. Meanwhile, staking with another team in blue in New York, the Rangers clinch first in the East. The Islanders not far behind in third, but we'll touch on the Rangers here just for the sake of it. Wow. The points and the record, 55, 22, and 9 with the overtime losses. Fantastic. Best record in the NHL. The Rangers sit at 6th in Stanley Cup odds. They have not won a Stanley Cup since 1994, have not made it back since 2014. And I'll tell you, Panarin, Kreider, the rest of the boys, they've looked amazing all year. You wonder, can they win it this time? Is this time for the Rangers to go back to the Cup and win it? I think they have a great shot to do it. There's a lot of good teams in front of them. If I'm being honest, I think they're a little disrespected in the odds to make it and win. But that's just me. But the record speaks for itself. So don't pull a Bruins. Don't go first round exit last year. And just win. Just win, baby. Like the Raiders used to say. They still say it. Sticking in the Garden, the New York Knicks, 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference, to meet the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Not the most ideal matchup. Regardless, the Knicks currently slight underdogs to lose the series as of game 1. And with that being said, the Garden is not an easy place to play in the I almost said NFL and NHL. The NBA playoffs, Garden's not easy place to play in. Everybody's got to step up if they want to win this team. Now listen, we want to talk for the sake of the series. I think Embiid probably gets hurt. Maxey, I don't know what happens with him, but Tyrese Maxey's a fantastic player, and I think he'll be able to help the Sixers compete at least a little bit. Regardless, I think when all's said and done, the Knicks will win in 6 games. Sixers will put up a good fight, but I don't see them winning. My series MVP, Dante DiVincenzo, the real Italian in New York, not Tommy DeVito. Not DeVito. DiVincenzo's been fantastic all year. 3rd in the NBA in 3-point shots that have been made. He's been a lightning bolt every time he touches the ball. He's got to just step up, prove that he's willing to start, and that he deserves this. Dante's been awesome. My key players to stop. It's that simple. Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey. Tobias Harris has not been that great this season, and I don't think that he's going to be like a real important piece. But then again, my brother told me every year before the NBA playoffs start, it's not always about the superstars. They always get their fill on the scoring chart. It's about the depth and the backups behind them off the bench that help them win. With that being said, we will end it there. Thanks for tuning in. Chairshot Wrestling has joined the Paul Levesque era. And don't forget to also look at Top of the Line and Fast and Friends as they do a fantastic job on their shows too. Have a great day. We'll talk ball soon.